All right. And here we are, we're live. Welcome everyone, this is Fiabci Fridays. I'm happy to be with you all today from around the globe. Have a great panel again, as always, every week our Fiabci colleagues from around the globe are my guests for 5 minutes of presenting either their real estate listing, their real estate expertise, or an investment opportunity in a project. And well, I'm Vivian Sutalski. I'm in Miami, beautiful South Florida, the place where everyone wants to move nowadays. It's a wonderful real estate market now for sellers, right? Kiko, I'm sure you, even though you're going globally, I know that you know this is what's happening here. And well, I'm a luxury residential realtor and also a commercial real estate broker. So I'm happy to be here with you and bringing you every week this show from around the world. So today we have a special session because we have two of our guests are from the Republic of Georgia. Yes, not the state of Georgia, but the Republic of Georgia, which is a beautiful, beautiful country. And I'm so looking forward to visiting there. So hello, Lika, and hello, Kate. How are you?
Hello.
We are good.
Yes, and we also have with us Aziz from Toronto, Canada. Hello, Aziz. How are you doing up there?
We're doing fine. Wonderful spring weather and in beautiful Toronto. Wonderful place.
And also with us is Francisco Angulo, also affectionately known as Kiko. And Francisco was one of my first managers when I started in real estate in Caldwell Banker. So he's very special, and he's also a Fiabci Miami Council member for many years. And he also is with Realology and has an excellent position as VP of Global Expansion, correct?
Development.
Development, well, expanding. So Francisco is going to be telling us a little bit about that, how Realology is expanding around the globe. So let's see, I think we should start with you, Aziz.
Wonderful. Great to be back here on your show, Vivian. As always, a wonderful group of panelists, and I'm honored to be with these panelists here today. So the Toronto marketplace, as you probably all are aware, is a pretty hot real estate market at the moment, as is in many different areas in North America, as we know. But it's the Toronto marketplace has been nonstop for many years, and currently we are in, of course, a very short supply of residential property. The prices are quite brisk. Several reasons for this. Our interest rates are very low. Our current interest rates on 5-year mortgages is sub 2%. So interest rates are extremely low. Immigration, as you know, is open in Canada, and we're opening to almost 500,000 new immigrants this year. So that is another area that is causing a lot of activity in this area. And of course, our markets are hot. They're on fire, basically, in the residential area. So again, as I said, shortage of inventory, and the markets are extremely brisk. Good returns on investment, especially in development properties. And that leads me into a couple of very interesting projects that we have going up here. Two very interesting redevelopment projects. Well, one is, they're both existing commercial properties. One is a parcel of two different properties that can be developed into a 200-unit apartment building, but currently has a net operating income of over $200,000 as the property stands right now. So there is a good opportunity to carry the property while the work is being done on it. And the other property has got an income of over $100,000, and that can be a development of a 50-unit apartment buildings, whether condominium or rental. Rental is in very high demand in our area. And both these projects are above 30 to 35% return on investment when done. So we're looking for some interesting investors for these kinds of projects. And as you know, Canada is a pretty safe and uh, investment supporting country. So we have a lot of opportunities for foreign investment in Canada. I could go on a lot of these, but I know we're short on time. But if you have any opportunities or would be interested in talking to us about investments in Canada, please feel free to call me. I'll be putting up my address behind me very shortly. And we look forward to hearing from you. And it's great to see Lika and Francisco and Kate again after a long time.
Yes, that's true. I think the
Yes,
last time we saw them was in Belgium, in Ghent,
that's
in
right. That was in Ghent
December of
last year.
2019.
Yeah, that's to almost a year
Yes.
and change now, over a year. Yes.
Aziz, the two projects you mentioned, what are the investments level you're looking for?
Well, actually, the investment levels are pretty low when we're talking Canadian dollars here. So we're obviously giving a 25% discount to the US
Yeah,
dollar, which is our big claim to fame here. But we've got one is requiring investment 5 million, the other one is requiring investment of 3 million. So they're not very huge investments, and we would look at syndications or pooling of funds as well, perhaps on different ownership levels. So we're at beginning stage, so there's a lot of options we have to
and you
play.
said the IRR of both was around 30% or over
Over
30%?
30%. Over
That's
30%.
excellent.
Yeah.
Well, we're all very interested, and of course, all of the panelists will be receiving your emails, and they'll send along their presentations, or they'll introduce them to you. They'll introduce themselves to you afterwards, and you can establish contact between them. So great, thank you, Aziz.
Thank you.
I'm still looking forward to visiting you up there in Toronto.
Anytime,
Very
you're
soon.
all welcome. We're looking forward to all of you, to seeing all of you.
Yes. Just as a reminder, I wanted to take a pause. Next, on March 26th, we have a very special Fiabci Fridays show. It's going to be more of an interview, and I'm going to have 4 Fiabci world presidents, past world presidents on the show. It's going to be very exciting. We have Walid Musa and Farouk Mahmoud. We have Daniel Grossenbacher and also Julian Joseph. It's going to be a very good show, and I want you all to mark that on your calendar. So anyways, moving along, let's see. How about you ladies? You can come up next. Kate, which one of you wants to go first?
Well, maybe we
Because
can
you're
start.
joint.
Yes, Georgia's part now, and I would like to say hello to you all. Some of you I know. I don't know Francisco, so nice to meet you. Aziz, really, it was nice meeting you in Belgium, and it was actually the very first experience of Fiabci chapter from Georgia to have to participate in an international gathering. So it really made a difference. So we knew each other online by emailing each other, but personal experience is quite different. I'd like to introduce myself in a few words. So today I represent Property Georgia, which is a real estate hub in Georgia. It was established 4 years ago, and our partners are the main developers in the country who are developing new modern projects with also international brands in ski resorts, seaside resorts, all parts of Georgia that are interesting to foreign investors especially. It's also worthwhile to mention, and I want to highlight this, that it was the initiative of Property Georgia to launch Fiabci chapter in Georgia.
Yes, that's true.
And I think that it was a success. The first year was really successful, but now we all agree that we are not having the best times all over the world. But I think such initiatives like yours, Vivian, is very important and very useful, because the only platform we have now is online. So I'd like
love connecting people, and we're even meeting people that we didn't know before. So this is
Yes.
great for everyone. I'm happy that
Yes.
everyone's participating, and remember that everything is also archived on the Fiabci Miami Council Facebook page. So if you've ever missed a show, they're all there for you to see. So anyways, go on, Kate.
So you mentioned that it's not the US Georgia. Actually, it's a small country which, as some people say, is sandwiched between Europe and Asia. I'd like to tell you more about Georgia, but before, maybe it would be better to see a very beautiful video about my country, which Lika and I are very proud of. So I will try to share my screen and start the video. Can you see the screen now? Sorry, now?
Yeah. Yes,
Yes.
perfect.
Yes.
I want to tell you about Georgian greeting. Gamarjoba is hello, and Genatspale means literally my life for yours. Says a lot about Georgia, doesn't it?
Gather your gear, put on your backpack, walk into the wilderness.
This feels like a painting. Or are we trimming?
Georgian hospitality is famous, and it starts when you just walk in any place.
On the one hand, you have snowy mountains and modern skyscrapers, and on the other side, relaxed fishermen looking for dinner.
Over 8,000 years of cultivating wine? Yeah, I'd say they know what they're doing.
Tell me, is there anything more you need?
Here, even rivers are falling in love.
Each corner of every street has its own secret.
I had high expectations, and they were exceeded.
All beautiful songs come to an end. Thank you. You are amazing.
More than 7 million tourists shared their emotions about our country on social media. Using artificial intelligence, we've collected this valuable data into the first ever digital guidebook of the country.
So I hope you enjoyed this video. Can you hear me?
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Now I'm going to.
What I like best about
Sorry.
Kate, what I like best about this video is that it was all made from I used AI to search all the comments about Georgia from postings on
Yes.
social media. So all of those comments are actual comments from tourists and people that visited Georgia.
Yes,
that's
it's
a
all
beautiful-
natural.
Thank you.
Yes. And
It's not a
truly,
cartoon,
we welcome you all to Georgia, and we do believe that, as it was said in the video, your expectations would be exceeded when you come here. Some of Fiabci members do know this because we had a big forum in 2019 here in Georgia, and they visited our country and even some new development projects. So I want to add some interesting facts about Georgia. And when we tell about hospitality, we are known kind of historically for hospitality. In Georgia, now we believe that a guest is sent from a god. So we welcome guests like they were our family members or longtime friends. And you will agree that when traveling, it's very important what you eat, what the cuisine is like. So why Georgia is also interesting for travelers and loved by travelers is that every nation here finds their own flavor. So we are a small country, but our landscape is different, and in each part we have different cuisine. So this is diversified and unique at the same time. And what we are really proud of is our winemaking. And Vivian, you really know about Georgia and its wine culture, because our member and vice president of Fiabci Georgia was on your Fiabci Fridays. She talked much about wine, so I'm not an expert like her in wines, but I will highlight the fact that winemaking in Georgia has more than 8,000 years of history. So Georgia is said to be the first country where wine was born. It's kind of a cradle wine. And since we have long history, it's no wonder that we have a long time history of folk music and culture, which I'm not gonna tell a lot because we are short of time. And about nature, as I said, we have sea resorts, ski resorts. We have a beautiful old city, Tbilisi, and also architecture. Since we are an old country, here you can see architecture like old architecture, ancient architecture, also Soviet period architecture, because we were part of the Soviet Union, and now modern architecture, which I would love you to welcome and see yourself. We do plan to have some sightseeing tours for foreign investors, for people who are interested in investing in Georgia or just visiting in Georgia. So feel free to contact us anytime. Now let's get closer to some economic figures. Georgia is an important player in terms of economic reforms. As World Bank says, it's a star reformer country. Deep reforms in economic management and governance have earned Georgia this status. Also, according to World Bank, Georgia is in the top list of ease of doing business. And what is very important, and we all agree that when you travel to another country, or more importantly, invest in any country, you should feel safe there. So Georgia is the #1 safest country in Europe and 4th in the world. Also, it's good news that I was searching about news of vaccination, which is hot news today for the whole world. And I saw that Tbilisi, our capital city, was named #1 place to visit for vaccinated travelers. So,
really?
yes. And Batumi, which is
I've been vaccinated. I can
go. so you're ready, and we're ready to welcome you. And Batumi, which is our seaside resort, was named the 4th. It's also important to mention that real estate is takes a very important portion of GDP in Georgia. It's accounting for 11.5% of gross domestic product of our country. And when World Bank was reporting about ease of doing business, well, it really is easy to start business in Georgia. It takes only 1 day, and ownership registration can be done in 15 minutes. What's also very attractive, we have high return on investment, which is from 10 to 13%. But this is a very pessimistic view, because during pre-pandemic period, we had even 17% on some projects, not for the whole market, but there were projects that gave so high return. What also attracts foreigners is residence permit. If you, for instance, buy real estate of over 100,000 US dollars, you get residence permit for yourself and for your family. And maybe it's also good to mention that because Georgia is between Europe and Asia, we have lots of opportunities, natural opportunities, and also we use these opportunities, and we have free trade agreement with 2.3 billion market. I will not talk in details about taxation. I would just say that property tax is very, very low in Georgia, both for individuals and for foreigners. And what is really important, we have no restriction on non-agricultural land owning. And well, I guess this is all I wanted to talk about. I tried to give you all the key facts about the country itself, its economy, and real estate. Now I'd like my presentation to be continued by Lika Kardava, who actually founded Property Georgia, and I joined later. So she will talk about our company and also a couple of words about the projects we are cooperating with in Georgia. So I would call everyone to contact us if you are interested in investing in Georgia. Thank you.
Thank you. Excellent. I have a question. So would the general population, would they also speak some English or German, or what other languages do Georgians speak?
English, actually, nowadays, for younger generation, English is second language, but for older generation, Russian, because of our Soviet history. But like for Lika and me, Russian is also, we also speak Russian.
Okay, great. All right, Lika, let's hear from you now. You need to stop sharing the screen, Kate?
No, actually, Kate has already shared. Thank you so much, Kate, for great introduction, for presenting our country, Georgia. Thank you, dear Vivian, for inviting us on a great show via Fiabci Fridays. It's really fantastic opportunity and formats for participants. Our greetings to Aziz and Francisco. So we are really happy to be presented today. And it should be mentioned, and it was mentioned by Kate, that United States is a strategic partner for our country and supporter of Georgia. And our countries have worked quite hard together to support economic and market reforms, improve business climate, and increase investment opportunities. Actually, I will try to shortly introduce myself to the audience. My name is Lika Kardava. I'm founder of Property Georgia, which is the first property hub in the country and real estate guide in our country for investors, for home buyers, for business people interested with property and real estate industry. So with the goal to put Georgia on the global real estate market, as Kate mentioned, we have launched the Fiabci National Chapter, the leading business networking organization for all real estate professionals worldwide. And we are really proud to be part of this great family. So now I will tell about Property Georgia's main directions. Our philosophy is to empower investors, home buyers, business leaders with market insight, market intelligence data, also best investment opportunities and knowledge. We have four main directions. So among them are property media, listing of new developments and top investment opportunities, also property consulting and real estate events, physical and digital as well. Vivian, maybe you and our participants, our audience will ask why we have high demand on the Georgian real estate market. So we all agree that real estate is, was, and will be always consistently predictable, low-risk industry. It will therefore always be attractive to invest in real estate. Today, investors in Georgia and worldwide are looking for stable returns and appreciation potential. As Georgia, as Kate mentioned, is a quite small country, but with growing potential, and Georgia is well known for its hospitality. It's quite interesting destination for international investors to explore various fields of investments. Georgia is called as hidden gem of Europe, and it has rich natural resources, untapped destinations, rich cultural heritage and unique traditions, and offers considerable potential to develop beach resorts, medical and wellness destinations, winter ski resorts, and four-season destinations. And to further support the growth of this sector, we have quite good incentive programs from side of government. For example, in recent year, there was an announcement about the hotel and residential industry development and support programs. New instruments include co-financing of interest rates on new projects, also franchise management contracts and consulting services. So as already mentioned, Georgia has seen a dynamic growth of a number of tourisms. Unfortunately, as in other countries, in Georgia, of course, our hospitality was paused, but hopefully it will be rebounded very soon as science and medicine is supporting us, and I'm very optimistic that borders will be open and economy will be much more active and tourism will be also rebounded. So as I mentioned, we have invested. Yes, sorry, Vivian?
No, sometimes we get questions. I like
yes.
for you to answer questions sometimes. So some of the questions are, what is the rate of inflation?
Actually, rate of inflation. A rate of inflation is up to 3%. It is varying, but in range of 3%.
Okay, great.
Mm-hmm.
So you were talking about?
Yes, I was talking about supporting and navigating investors. So we have various packages, investment packages. We analyze local market trends and to try to find lucrative properties with risk-adjusted income returns and sustainable long-term appreciation potential. So we are open to support interested parties, investors, and to provide all the market data that will be a good basis for them to make good decisions and insight-based decisions. Also, we help non-residents to get permits and to find real estate on the market. So as Kate mentioned, it's quite easy to register property in Georgia, and also we have low fees, low taxations, which is quite transparent, and also other advantages that Georgia offers to real estate investors are that it's easy to rent property, especially when tourism in a quite active phase, and it's worth to mention that Georgians are homeowners. They have a ownership culture, and they randomly rent out their apartments. So there is a room to let properties even on a daily basis. And regarding return,
you have Airbnb?
Yes, we have Airbnb. Yes, we have Airbnb, and it's working quite actively, and we have quite a high number of listings. We had before COVID period, but in the recent year, as all countries, we also had some pause, but hopefully it will be more activated soon, and companies and owners try to comply with all safety measures that Airbnb requires and that international tourists require. And what's important, Vivian?
Is there a specific project you would like to share with us that is available for us, for our viewers to consider investing?
Yes, with pleasure. We do cooperate with leading developers on the market who has diversified portfolio and provide high quality developments which are associated and affiliated with international management brands. So it's very important for us. We do cooperate with Alliance Group, which is leading developer in the country. They are exclusive premium class comfortable residential complexes are economically profitable for both customers and for country as a whole, and they have development in capital city Tbilisi, and they have development on Black Sea coast, and provide very comfortable products and packages for investors. They provide management of apartments, and in charge is international company who will be taking care of renting and management process. So in case of interest, we can provide investment offers and packages to the parties. Also, we do cooperate with Anaki Development, which has blended project of traditional and modern architecture. They have a lot of new developments in capital city, in Kakheti, also on seaside resort, and with quite good conditions. And it's worth to mention, Vivian, that our prices in Georgia compared to Eastern European countries are quite affordable, and hereby.
So why don't you give us an example? For instance, I'm seeing here a ski chalet. How much would an apartment in a ski chalet be? And then give us also a price of something on the Black Sea, because really what I like, our viewers, they like to have concrete facts, and they like to know, okay, what is the price range? So you have, what would the price range be for something like that?
Very good question. So we have here infographic of prices where we showcase 3 segments. So there is economy segment, medium segment, and premium segment. Prices start from $544. This is weighted average sales price per square meter. And for premium segment, it's up to 1,663. This is weighted average. Why I'm mentioning? Because depending on the developer, on the project, prices vary. For example, if we talk about Alliance Group's project on seaside, their minimum price for Alliance Centropolis, which is new development, and there will be World Trade Center, also international brand hotels, upscale hotels. Their price for square meter start from $1,300 and goes upper.
Yeah, total price, because we're not aware of how big these apartments are. So give us, tell us
actually,
the price.
Actually, they have various options. They propose studio type apartments. So, for example, minimum square meter might be 25, and budgets, ticket budgets, tickets price might be $30,000 per apartment, starting from $30,000 and up, depending on
numbers that
scale.
we can relate to. All right.
Sorry?
How about a ski chalet? How big is usually a ski chalet?
Regarding ski chalet, so prices are there also different. In a concrete case with our partner, it's from $1,000 per square meter. And the minimum square meter of the rooms is up to 30 square meter. So in this case, I think that if we compare prices to other countries, it's quite affordable, and returns also and yields are quite attractive in times when hospitality is growing and booming. Did I cover all the questions?
Are you seeing it recuperate? You did mention that it's the #1 destination now for those who are being vaccinated. Is there a projection that the hospitality industry will recover quickly?
Actually, it depends on the process of vaccination. I think that it will recover gradually, as in other countries, in European countries. Maybe from 2022 it will be.
Okay. Some places will recover more quickly than others. So Aziz was also asking whether the government allows easy inflow and outflow of investor money.
Actually, inflow and outflow is quite easy via banking accounts. So there are no restriction. Exception is money laundering law that is in force in Georgia as in other developed countries. So it's a banking system is quite well developed, and it is operating same as in European countries and developed countries. So
does the government itself restrict the outflow of money once you've invested? Are there any restrictions for foreigners to take their money out, or do you have to keep the money there?
Actually, foreigners can transfer their amounts. There are some restrictions based on money laundering law, but they can transfer out of country or reinvest in the business or their property. It depends on their preferences. There are some rules and regulations, but as generally quite liberal law in this regards.
Okay, I guess finally my question is, because you said that you work as a consultant, so when a group comes to buy, are you charging a fee for being a consultant? And how do you base your fee?
Is that how you actually, we are operating in the country as a hub platform. We are working with local brokers, international brokers, and we do have success fee. So we don't charge as a traditional brokers because we have various directions in our business, like media, like event organization. But our income is based on success. So
is that a percentage of the real estate acquired?
And it depends on the scale of the deal, on the scale of the agreements and concrete projects, so it cannot be.
All right. Well, a lot to think about, and definitely Georgia is a beautiful country with wonderful people and such warm.
Thank you so much. And as Kate mentioned, maybe we'll be.
We need another
it will be
hour.
possible. It will be possible to host you in Georgia.
We have now Francisco, who is our last guest, and I want to give him the same amount of time as everyone else. Hello, Francisco. So tell us about yourself and your career and how you've reached where you are now, because I'm always impressed by you.
Well, first, thank you, Vivian, for inviting me. I know every Friday I receive all your emails inviting me, and yes, I saw when you just started the real estate career, and not only that, I see how great you are doing, but you are a fantastic friend, and I like the openness and transparency. At every time that I talk to you, I just have to smile because you are wonderful. Um, about me, well, I usually say two things in life. Yes, I am a realtor. Yes, I've been here for a long time. I learned not to say the number of years because that can scare different generations. So experience can mean everything. But other than that, you know, I have a bachelor in business and administration, originally from Venezuela, mom from Argentina, great grandparents from Austria and Chile, and from my father's side from Italian and Spain. So I've been living in the US for a long time, and I'm a US citizen. So which nationality I carry? Well, many ones, but I live in the United States. So I have to say that I have to abide to that one, but my heart goes with many, many, many ones. Um, if somebody wants to learn about me, I'll invite you to go to the LinkedIn profile and see about me. And I always have said that I want people to remember for who I am and not for the titles that I have earned during the years, because title lasts certain period of time, but friendships remain forever. Also, I divided my life in two ways. When I give my business card, I said with the left hand, this is a Realogy business card for now, and this is where I make my money. On the other hand, is the ones those fancy titles that are all volunteer positions, and I just spend my money there. So, and including Fiabci, including other organizations, ARIA, NAR, et cetera, et cetera. So I prefer to talk about.
For those of you who don't know, Francisco is the one that started the Miami ARIA chapter. Yes.
That is correct, and I don't speak the language. But other than that, I would say this, and I have a video that I would like to show, and a small PowerPoint that I wanted to say. But so about me, it's just go online. I just have to say during the pandemic, I added my nickname because when I was living in Venezuela, Kiko, I was known by Kiko. When I moved to the US, I said, I don't want to call Kiko anymore. I want to be Francisco. But then the social media betrayed me because people were saying, happy birthday, Kiko. And the people that know me as Francisco, what is that? So I said, well, building your brand, I said, well, I need to find out how many Francisco Angulos are in the world. I found one in Spain that is a priest, which I'm not a priest. I can look like a priest, but I'm wearing black because of the background. And then the second one in Chile, a biodiesel doctor. So I said, well, it's time for me to incorporate the Kiko. So I'm Francisco Kiko Angulo. And if you find me on social media, now I become unique because I haven't found another Francisco Kiko Angulo the same as me. So the moral of this story is that you need to work your branding. Google your name and see what's the best way to get it. On the other hand, I have to say a couple of things here, and I'm gonna, forgive me if I don't pronounce your first name correctly. It's Lika or Laika?
Lika.
Okay,
it's Lika.
Lika is easier for me because I read it like in Spanish. And Kate,
No worries.
I have to say, yes, I have traveled the world. I have almost 3 million miles accumulated on my frequent flyers. Um, not all are still in my account, obviously, I have used them. But I have to say two things. When I was, hearing both presentation, I said, you know what? Sometimes you believe that you know everything, but you don't know everything. I have never been to Georgia. So I have
Yeah,
to
me
say,
neither.
it was great honor, and I have to say that since you girls were starting talking, I've been texting my boss saying, "Are we Relogy means any of the brands? Are we in Georgia?" And he didn't answer. I googled Sotheby's, Coldwell Bankers, and I couldn't get it because every time that I was putting Georgia, it brought me Georgia, Atlanta. Atlanta, Georgia. So I'll ask the question later on, but when you hear the few slides that I have
You
about
guys can connect.
yes, about the
You guys
company,
can connect afterward.
yes, we can connect, and it was amazing, and every day, I find out that, you know, um, uh, yesterday I got the award from Relogy, and the award is called the Global Innovator Award because in the previous year in 2019 I flew 154,000 miles in 1 year, and last year I flew zero, and I have closed 7 deals and I have 3 on the pipeline, all virtual.
Good.
So so the moral of this story is that I don't think it's necessary the contact. I always have said embrace technology, but never use the human side of who you are. So, and I think that's a great context for you to be successful building your brand. I've been asked, Francisco, you sell all these brands that you see. Actually, the background it's a virtual booth that we did in one of the events, and it was super interactive. And people said,
It was
Francisco,
Fila.
yes, how
It was
can you
Fila
sell?
Congress.
Yeah, how can you sell 6 brands? How do you tell people which is the best brand? I said, well, when people ask me which is the best brand that you sell, the answer is simple. It's none of those brands. It's all about me because I need to find somebody like me that has a brand so they can be successful, because all those brands, they are not successful. The operators of the brands are the ones who are successful. So regardless which brand, Relogy brands or not Relogy brands, it's all about the human person running the brand and leveraging with everything that they have. So that's what I wanted to say about Georgia and what I do. But to Assis, I would say, as you can see, if you are in Toronto, I've been all over in Toronto now. I start participating in January, and I said, well, I need to learn, and I need to do a market research of everything that's happening in Canada. And I've been digging who's who there, and I've been participating in different events. And now there are 2 events actually. There is a younger panel of realtors under the age of 25, and they're rocking in, making like $400,000 a year in gross commission income. And these kids are like, amazing. And that's remind me that Vivian has 2 wonderful kids. I'm pretty sure that I would like to, see them growing, because it's amazing how wonderful the younger generation are embracing all these changes. That for all the ones are like, oh, we're discovering the world, when these kids are saying, hey, no, remember the Jetsons? The Jetsons says, the Hanna-Barbera, they were in 1962. And I don't know if you, like, or Kate, know the Jetsons, but it's the Hanna-Barbera cartoon, and it's about doing telemarketing, telemedicine, flying. I said, we have done everything except us flying yet. And that was from 1962. So people say, "Oh, we are reinventing technology. I'm a technology guy." Forget it. Look, watch at the Jetsons.
That's
We
it.
now were forced to use it. So, but anyway, I just wanted to say. So Canada, my last trip, I came back from Canada, in February 27 of 2020, and I got grounded right after. Um, and uh, and I hope my first trip, it will be Canada, my first trip.
Well, I'm
Because
looking forward to seeing you here, Francisco.
yeah, I've been trying to do so much there, and I feel like I'm now adopting the Canadian brand as well. Well, so now, so like Kate, I like to talk. That was another of my trips that I want to do soon because it's unbelievable that everything that you have said. Uh, the only thing that it concerns me is that when you're gonna Google Georgia, people are gonna think about the Georgia state in the U.S. So I have to think about.
Francisco, you can change the search parameters. You go to Google where you're going to search, and then you can switch it to the country of either the country of Georgia, or you can
No,
switch it to Europe. So it's no longer
I
searching in your area,
understand that, but still, remember that the
but
perception
still didn't.
the perception. So, but anyway, we'll figure it out, so that way we introduce Georgia to the US and the world as well. But it's fantastic to hear what you said. You are the ambassador for as far as I know for now. And you assist, well, you welcome me in Canada, and I hope we can have, and I'm going to be very careful how I pronounce this because I've been told that I have a charming accent, not a heavy accent, but I like to eat Putin, and I
Putin,
saw the
yes.
president of Russia. No.
Well, when you come, then we will do that. There's a few good poutine places around.
Okay.
What is Putin? What is Putin? Okay, now I need to know. What is that?
Is French fries with gravy, cheese curds,
Oh my God.
and a whole bunch of other things on top of it. And
Sounds good to me.
It's a it's a Quebec thing that started in Quebec, and it's a big Canadian draw today. So
I see. Okay.
we're known for poutine here in Canada.
French fries with cheese and gravy. Oh my God.
Yeah, cheese
All
curds,
right.
gravy,
So
and
for us,
bacon
Francisco?
and everything else on it. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, so you have now to try the Putin's French fries.
Yes.
But now I like to tell you a little bit about what is that I do at the moment. I'm going to show you first a video, and then I'll go to some PowerPoint presentation. Let me see. Yes, here's the video, and let me know when you see it. And I hit play. Let me just check when I share that I have with computer sound. Okay.
Yes, we're good.
Okay, so that was a simple video. As you can tell, has not many words, but I'll tell you in a minute because I'll tell you how quickly those numbers are moving forward. I did this slide because the instruction from Vivian says, be sure that you have your picture with your information on the first screen. I said, okay, I have to follow the lead from my boss because Vivian in Fiabci is my boss, and you better follow what she said because she's right. But anyway, so I usually have this slide at the end, But I said, well, now Vivian will be happy. Uh, take a picture and then don't tell me, oh, I couldn't get a hold of you, Francisco, because I'll tell you a story. I have my email, not the company one, but my phone number for more than 30 years, and I have not changed it. So I tell people, don't lie to me and don't tell me that you're getting hold of me, because you will. But anyway, I just wanted to let me see how can I move forward. Okay. So you see, I'm a proud Miami Council member. I have to say that you, like Lika, Kate, Aziz, and Vivian, you need to push me more into the Fiabci world. Being
I will. I will.
I have to say I've been a passive member, in the sense that yes, I'm a member, I read and get engaged, but I haven't participated. And I don't know why, but I need to be pulled and say, hey, you need to come over here and just give me your credit card and you are signing for the next conference. And like I said, I want to go back to the live in present meetings, because I said, I thought I was sick by COVID, because I said, I can't smell. I said, why can't you smell? I said, well, Vivian usually wear a beautiful perfume, and I'm here looking at her and I can't smell anything. No
Francisco.
computer in a virtual world. Well, I hate it. As
Real
much as
world.
I won an award, let me just tell you, nobody will replace technology with giving a hug to somebody, shaking hands,
Yeah.
saying, are you doing good? And how are you feeling? But anyway, um, so this is what Relogy is all about. This is who we are. Better Home and Gardens, which is an affiliation with the Meredith group. Meredith, Laika and Kate and Assis, I don't know if you know, and Vivian and the audience, it's an affiliation with the Meredith company. And the Meredith company is the one who does Time Magazine, and I don't know how many, 20 Sport Illustrated and the Better Home and Gardens magazine. And they gave Relogy a license to have Better Home and Gardens real estate. And that's the reason of the name. Well, Century 21 in 2021 is the 50 years of Century 21. So 21, 21, 50 years. Cowell Banker has been for 116 years. It was founded by Mr. Cowell and Mr. Banker in San Francisco in 1906 in order to elevate the professionalism on the industry. Cowell Banker Commercial is because when they started, they decided to separate residential of commercial. But nowadays, most of them can do also commercial and residential. Corcoran, well, if you have seen the program Shark Tank,
Yes.
Barbara Corcoran founded this company 47 years ago. And when she started the company, she had a boyfriend at that moment. And she said, no, not anymore. So she had to buy him out. So she went and got a loan for $1,000 and told him, the ex-boyfriend, here's your money, goodbye, I'm on my own. So as you know, Barbara Corcoran created Corcoran, and in 2002, she sold the company to Relogy, our company, for $67 million. Now that company, I don't know how much it's worth, but has been led by so far by Pam Liebman, which has been longer than anybody else in Corcoran, and but has been managed as a company portfolio. But in 2019, they decided to franchise out to the US and to the world. Well, I have to say that the 1 year of franchising was like 4 weeks ago. Basically, the company has grown from 23 offices for more than 90 offices, and from 2,300 agents to almost 9,000 agents, and keeps growing. That's only in the US. And the first launch was announced a month ago. That was a deal that I brokered, and it was the British Virgin Islands with a beautiful project that everybody have to see. It's called All Note Bay by Mr. David Johnson, a beautiful, beautiful project. And now today I'm closing another island for Corcoran. It cannot be announced yet because we're on the finalizing the process, but it is a very chic, unique island in the Caribbean, and more news will come. And yesterday was announced that Corcoran became the #1 office in New York City. ERA, it's another brand that has been for a long time, and it's expanding. We closed the deal also in South America and the southern countries. It's already closed, but we cannot announce because they are working on the launch of the process. And Sotheby's is an alliance with the auction house that has been in business for a long time. It's been 94 countries, I believe, and doing very, very successful.
And liftoff as the countdown to Mars continues. The perseverance of humanity launching the next generation of robotic explorers.
What was that?
Second. You see,
Are you going to Mars too? You're going to have a rheology on Mars.
Well, yes, that's
someday.
I tell you another thing on Saturday. Now that Vivian says that, I would say to you guys that I became a part of the Genius 100 Foundation, which is based out of Toronto.
Oh, really?
And we were connected to the International Space Station because of the induction of the astronaut Noguchi into the Genius 100 Foundation, that it was to celebrate the 100 years of Einstein. So anyway, so the path to success begins with good training. We work together with a common goal, the professionalism of the industry. And I think this is what Fiabci, among many things that they do, we can do it together. Well, I already explained what Relogy is, and we also are a publicly traded company in the New York Stock Exchange. This is basically, the video says 110, this slide says 115, but in reality, we're going in 120. Agents is about 320, the brokerage office, $200 million in technology every year, and 2,400 franchisees globally. But the most important part is that everybody that buys a franchise, the minimum time that they stayed is 22 years. And the renewal rate of these franchises are 98%. This is a global team. Alvaro, it's my boss on the left. He's Venezuelan, but he handles all the Relogy world brands. Theo, which he moved to Sotheby's now, so that position it's vacant, and there's an application on LinkedIn on their jobs for Europe and on all the Arabic region. Myself, which is Cala, but I also cover Spain and Portugal and any part of the world. Calvin is in Taiwan and Vic is in Singapore. And obviously all these Relogy at the bottom, the teams and reach and the brands, we have support from marketing, learning, productivity tools, technology, finance, operation, legal. We are the global development. So we just talk to people that has not a brand. If they have a brand, they probably deal with a Relogy servicing team. But this is the most important. For 10 years, we have been named the most ethical company by the Ethisphere report in the real estate sector. And so we are proud that we work in a company with ethics. And in 2020, Forbes called that the best employers for diversity, because we have an aggressive program for diversity and inclusion and a great place to work. And this list, the 2021 already came out, is a Swanepoel list. And basically the entire list, the 25% are Relogy leaders. Wow. The Century 21, president of Sotheby's, Sherry, Chris, etc. This is my background. This was in Zila. and the ones that you see on the right that says Better Home Century. When you were clicking there, it had a video that was popping out. The Relogy logo on the left, big. It was taking you to the website, and the brochure of the brands was like you pull out the outline, the everything, and the Corcoran and the videos. We were able to chat, and when you touch on the top, has all the social media connectivity, inclusive the WhatsApp link. And when people were arriving at the booth, somebody was saying, "Hey, welcome, Vivian. What can I do for you? May I help you?" So I think this is what
A
makes me.
booth also for my own
Yes,
company.
yeah. Vivian has something similar too, and I think due to all this initiative, that's what I won that award for innovator of whatever. Um, but other than that, I just wanted to say thank you. Any questions? I'm here for you, and I think that's more or less what I wanted to share with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Francisco. Well, just one quick question. So, for instance, how do you match, for instance, a brand, one of the franchise brands to the, for instance, if Lika and Kate came to you and said, "Oh, we want to have a franchise in Georgia," how do you establish what is best for them?
Well, number one, well, this is like a dating game.
Yes.
We need to know each other,
Mhm.
because in reality, we're not selling anything. We're just bringing a partner for life.
Mhm.
So this is like I call the closing date is a wedding day, because that was the day that in reality our commitments start. Usually when you sell something, you sell it, and then I don't need to talk to you anymore.
Yeah.
I sell you a car, and then you got the car out of the dealer shop, and you probably don't need me. You need to go to service. But here, first, it's we create the relationship. We talk about what is in your market. We analyze what type of niche you are, what's the price point, what's the number of transaction, and then we start. People says, "Oh, but you guys has competitive brand." I said, "No, no, no, no. We swim in different lanes, and each brand has their own personality. You need to identify which one is that you like, and if you don't like, you bring the problem in your luggage, because all brands in the world are good, Relogy and non-Relogy. You just have to decide which one is for you." So we try to do that transition. We, share some previous information, and then we invite them to a VIP meeting that used to be in New York. Now we cannot fly, so we do it virtually, and that's why all these deals that I have closed, and the Relogy closed 20 countries in 2020 without 1 mile of flying. Everything was virtual. So I think that the lessons learned is that probably in the future we will not back to these crazy schedules, but we will be more working on a hybrid, because I believe that we have to do it. So after that, we have what is called an expression of intent, of a letter of intent, then a due diligence process, approvals, show me the money, and closing, and then they be transferred to a transition team that will help you out until you open the office, and then you pass to, once you open, to the servicing team. So, and that's why you get involved on this Relogy family that, I've been here for 21 years, and I love it. It's not just one brand or the other brand, it's just the people of each of the brands.
So which is the most expensive brand?
It depends on the territory.
So you
It depends.
adjust according to country?
Yes, it depends on the territory. It depends of what let's say Vivian can say, "Oh, I have a lot of money, but I don't have a brokerage firm." So what is your business plan? So that's what is called a startup. Then, "Oh no, I'm merging with Assis." Okay, so so Assis has a brokerage firm. How many agents does he has? How many listings do you have? So we evaluate, and according of that, we consider the price of the brand, the initial fee, then there is a minimums that you have. Let's say I sell you McDonald's. You have to sell hamburgers. So you have to say, well, you need to guarantee me that you sell 50 hamburgers a year. If you don't sell it, you have to pay me a royalty of what they are there. So in differentiation, so and then the terms and then the brand marketing fund. But I'll tell you that there's a lot of brands that are in reality is not competitive to us, because I believe like other ones, Relogy is one of the few that is total broker friendly. You know, we cooperate, we work with everybody. There are other brands that are agent friendly. They don't consider the broker on the top. So it's a plenty of a conversation. I will not want to waste all the time because it's lunchtime and everybody. I don't know what time is in.
We're going way over, but that's okay. It's been so interesting.
Georgia, yes, it's late 9 p.m. over
okay,
9
so
p.m.
now we have to go to dinner. I want to feel like in Georgia.
Time to have some red wine, some red Georgian wine. How's that?
Exactly. But anyway, I think if somebody wants more information, this is the purpose. You know, I usually I don't make appointments. This is our social contacts, because we need to build a relationship before we get into the dating game. And I just say that, and people say, well, what is your role? I say, well, I bring the potential dates to Relogy, and those are the ones who make the decision, not me. So anyway.
Well, that's wonderful. But I'm glad that we had you on, Francisco, to gain an understanding of what it's all behind that, because it is fascinating. And you're very good. You're a great matchmaker. So that's wonderful. Thank you, everyone. I know we're a little bit long. Sorry, audience, but I'm sure you agree it was very interesting all around. And don't forget that next week, March 26th, we have a special Fiabci Fridays, where I will have 4 past world presidents of Fiabci. And that should be a great show. And then also, any of you who would like to be on the show, please send me an email and I can schedule you in the coming weeks. I'll be taking one of those Fridays during Easter. We're not having a show. And then maybe again in April, there will be another date where I don't have a show, but I'll let you all know. So again, Vivian Switalski coming to you from Miami, Florida. I'm a luxury residential realtor, commercial realtor, and I'm very happy to be here and bringing you this every week. Thank you, everyone. And have a great evening or have a great rest of the day, everyone. See you next week.
Thank you.
Francis, keep in touch.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Gracias.
Call.
Bye-bye.